Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Wednesday. You know what time it is. We've got Wilson Wednesday on tap here. And this one should be pretty quick because there isn't a whole lot to talk about here. Excuse me. The things that I find to be really illuminating in this weekly video series didn't really change that much. I did mention in the post game video for the game that we played on Monday night that I felt like Wilson did make some progress towards what we need from him in terms of how he's playing. But I also said that in the third quarter and in the early part of the fourth, maybe, we saw some of the same old stuff. So the end summation being roughly the same as what we've been seeing all season long is not surprising. So let's run through this. Starting with the air yards. You guys know that I'm a big fan of air yards when trying to evaluate Wilson right now. Wilson needs to bring the air yards down a little bit, and I have been critical of him lately because the air yards have gone up. I think they are higher than they have ever been, and that stands, but they did go down. They went down by 0.1 yards. They were 9.9 last week. Now they are 9.8. And if he had just managed to stay on target in the latter portions of that game on Monday night, they really could have come down. But then he started chucking it up to Metcalf in double coverage deep down the field and doing all that stuff. But I will say this. Some of those deep throws he threw were nice. I mean, he hit Lockett a couple times for big plays. The touchdown to Freddie Swain was a nice long throw over the middle. So there was some positive stuff to glean out of that. His air yards per pass completion actually went up by a trivial amount, but it did go up. So it wasn't all a waste. But that stuff we saw in the first half, I would say, where there were a lot of quick passes, a lot of check downs, a lot of just getting the ball out of your hands for a 5 or 6 yard gain and keeping the drive alive. That's what we need. Now, it would have helped if he had managed to actually be accurate with those throws, which we'll get into in a second. He missed a lot of layups, but that baby steps, I guess, right, is what I'm trying to say here. Oh, his yards after the catch per pass completion went down by 0.1 as well, so trivial amount, but that's what we're looking at this week. Okay, bad throws, and I don't think I need to tell you guys that this number went way up this week. He had, according to PFR, 9 off-target throws on Monday night. 9. That's a problem. Okay, that lines up with what we saw. His bad throw percentage is now up at 17.4. Earlier this season, even when Wilson wasn't playing his best football, he was generally accurate. Even the finger was not interfering with his accuracy to the degree that it supposedly did on Monday night. And that leads me to believe that the finger can't be the thing that we completely blame right now. Even Carroll, in his post-game press conference, if you remember, kind of said, I don't think it's the finger. He looks so good in practice. He's doing all these things in practice. He made these great throws in the game. I don't know. I don't understand it. It's not good to hear your head coach say he doesn't understand why the team or a player is doing something on his team, by the way, but I don't know. But it was a rough game for his accuracy. 9 off-target throws. On-target throws, I believe he had 21, so that's, yeah, okay, whatever, fine. His on-target throw percentage is now the lowest it's been over the last 3 years, which is all the data that we have. So, not by a big amount or anything, but still, his accuracy numbers are starting to look a little worse. And you can put some of it on the finger, but maybe you can't put all of it on the finger. I don't know. But it's got to change. It's got to change. We are coming up on the game that Wilson would have been making his initial start in if he had stayed out the initially expected amount of time. So things should start to get a lot better there now. Pocket time is still the same as it was last week, 2.3 seconds, so that's within the standards set this season. He was sacked twice. One of those sacks may have been the worst sack he ever took, if not for the fact that he was able to pick up the first down 2 plays later anyway, but that was a meme worthy right there. He was hurried a grand total of, let's see here, twice, and he was hit a total of 8 times for a pressure count of 12. So that's a little higher than some previous games. It's it's not abominable, but it is a little higher than we would like. There were some guys on this offensive line, by the way, who had such atrocious pass blocking PFF grades from that game that I don't know. I don't know. I didn't think it was that bad watching the game, but they gave Kyle Fuller a 0, which I didn't even think was possible. So, as for his scrambles, he had 1 scramble against Washington, and he had 8 play-action attempts, which is slightly more, but basically roughly in line with his average per game right now. Obviously, we can't run the ball at all, and we really couldn't run the ball on Monday night because Washington is a really good run defense. That's their one strength on defense. So it's not as effective as we would like it to be. But the play action count is passable, I think. It's just, is it effective? That that's debatable. I still think play action is effective even if you don't have a good running game, but obviously it's more effective with a running game. So you put all these numbers together, and it's kind of hard to know exactly how to feel about the how to feel about this team right now, and how to feel about this player right now. I do think he made some progress in the things that I really care about in terms of his game progressing to the next level, get to where we're trying to get to, but then he backslid a little bit. And in this game, his accuracy was probably worse than it has been in at least this season. We have not seen him that inaccurate all season long, and we had accuracy problems the last 2 games, but this game, I think, was worse. And it shouldn't be getting worse, it should be getting better, so that's a troubling sign. Because as much as this season has not been Wilson's even close to his best season, in some ways it looks like his worst season, his accuracy on the throws he makes has been notable. It's been solid. So now that that's getting away from him, it's he's starting to lose even the things that you could give him credit for. So we got 6 games left. He's going to play in at least some of them, I think. He'll probably play in all of them because this team is on autopilot and can't recognize that he needs to probably sit down until the finger's okay. So we're going to have a chance to find out. He's going to have an opportunity to prove that he's starting to really do the things that he needs to do to have success in this offense. So that's it. I'll see you guys later today. Peace out. Go Hawks. And let me know what you think down below.